This was just a little afterthought we had. I mean, our podcast dads have just celebrated a milestone by releasing their 1,000th episode.
Jeez, 1,000 episodes. We're so very proud of them to, as people who have recorded less than 100 episodes of a podcast. It's hard work.
We're recorded less than 100, but we've done more than 100 episodes of podcasts. Collectively between us, like not just ours.
Yes.
How many episodes of Ice Cream Social have you been on?
Maybe about 5, 6. You're about three or four more than me.
I think I'm on 11. Maybe,
yeah, you might be on 11 because I'm forgetting there's your 2018 ones as well.
So let's go 1,000 divided by times. Wait, how do we work out percentage? Divided by 11.
Divided by 100 times 11.
It's 11 divided by 1,000.
No. Take 1,000.
Yeah, 1,000.
Divided by 100.
Divided by 100.
Times 11.
Times 11?
Yes.
That gives me 110.
Yeah, that's...
I'm not on 110% of the episodes. That's all I'm trying to work out.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
11 divided by 1,000 is 0.011. That is the percentage of episodes that I am on. So you know that many are probably subpar. That means the other roughly 100% of Ice Cream Social is going to be pretty good. So if you haven't listened to any of those 1,000 episodes, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. I mean, you're listening to us, who are literally birthed from the loins of these three gentlemen. So why would you not be listening to them at all? Sure, you're thinking one of them probably doesn't even exist. The other, I mean, it sounds like it's all about him anyway. And the third one is Paul.
I was going to say, I wasn't sure who was the second one there. And I was going to say the third one has fabulous hair.
Yes.
He does have the most luscious hair I've ever seen in person.
But realistically, cheese bags, we wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for Ice Cream Social, for many reasons. Not just not having ever met in person, but also across the internet and thinking it's a good idea to do it. So with all sincerity, congratulations on hitting 1,000 episodes.
I know that I owe Matt specifically, but all three of the boys, a lot. So yeah, wouldn't be here, wouldn't be doing what I'm doing, wouldn't be in the good space I am without those boys. So yeah, as you know, we love and support Ice Cream Social on this podcast.
So do yourself a favor, go and listen to Matt and Mattingly's Ice Cream Social. I listen to the 1,000th episode first. I don't care. Do you, fam. And it's all the scoops out there. Huzzah!
6 more seasons and a movie.
1, 2, 3, clap. I'm not saying it this time. Hi, and welcome to Hey Buddy, Nice Podcast. Over there in Scotland, but not for much longer today. That's Brogan Hastings.
And over there looking at me from a different camera angle, that's Wayne Giovinazzi.
That's right, this is I want 2 cameras so I can go camera 1, camera 2, camera 1,
You do have kitty cam.
Cat cam doesn't exist anymore. Cat cam is dead. That camera, I'm scared if I plug it into my new computer, it's just going to kill it.
Really?
Yeah, because I think that's what happened to my last one. Fucked up the use. Anyway, you're not happy because you have to leave the home state, the home country of Scotland. Homeland. Is that what it's called? Is there a motherland or a fatherland or I don't know what they call it.
I tend to call it the homeland.
Okay.
I am stressed out my fucking gourd right now.
So you're stressed, but are you angry that you have to travel?
Not really. Like I was saying to you, it's not even the fact that I like a road trip, but the problem is I have to go down to our England office. So I'm travelling down to Lincoln tonight so I can work in the Lincoln office tomorrow and then and then coming back up tomorrow night. Problem is I'm taking the train.
Ooh. And
before last year when I travelled out to England, when I went to Oxford
to see the Bob Dylan thing, yeah? Is that what that was for? Darren Brown. Okay. Oh yeah, because Bob Dylan was in the homeland. In the Weege.
Yeah. So yeah, and I thought about taking the car. The actual travel time's not much different. But the benefit of I'm going to leave a pause there. Hang on.
Fucking airplanes flying over my house.
Flying over my house. Yeah, the benefit of taking the train is that I can use the iPad and stuff. So, because that was the thing I noticed last time. I noticed when I was driving last time is I could put a lot of Penn Sunday School backlog on, so I could get postcard ideas.
Yeah.
I couldn't write any of them down.
Because you couldn't. Why couldn't you write them down? What?
Because I was driving.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, and I couldn't shout in my car because we've seen what happens when I try
voice memo
to tell my car.
Never works for you. It's the accent, surely.
I know. Yeah, so but the big thing about driving down was it would mean I would have to drive back up after having worked a full day. And it's about 6-hour drive. So that 5 to 6 hour drive.
And how long is the train trip?
The actual train itself is about 4.5 hours. But you need to take into consideration that's from the station in Lincoln to the station in Edinburgh. So not only do I need to get from Livingston to Edinburgh, I need to get from the station to the office. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. So it comes out about the same. It's maybe slightly quicker to take the train, but like half an hour maximum.
And so this is for work, and work are like, you got to take the train, you can't drive, or did you have the option?
I don't think they would have liked it, but they would have done it, like they would have paid it mileage, because I know that discussion's been had with other people. You know, it's I think it really was a safety factor of I genuinely don't think it would be safe for me to do a full day's work and then drive for like 6 hours to get back up, because it would probably be about midnight that I'd get home.
Of course.
Because you've got to take into consideration breaks and stuff and then going to work the next day. I'm like...
And as we know, you're an avid drinker, and we don't want you driving drunk. I mean, it's a bit much.
But also, taking the train this time it's a good tester, because for when I go down to London in June, what my plan was to go to the Lincoln office again, because my holiday actually starts on the Tuesday. So it's the Tuesday till the Monday after. So I'm actually working that one Monday. So I thought, well, I'll go down to Lincoln, work the Monday there, and then take the train from Lincoln to London, because that's only about 2 hours. And it means I don't have to park the car, because there's no parking at the hotel I'm staying at, or anything. It means I don't have to drive in London, because that is a nightmare.
How quickly things change from us talking about our fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada adventures to traveling for work.
I miss Las Vegas.
I have a question about the train, right?
Yes.
Now, is this like a regular sort of train? So I don't know. It probably
it's a cross-country train.
Yeah, so it's a bit nicer, a bit fancier.
As far as I know, yes. It does give you options when you're booking the ticket to choose your kind of seat.
First class, booking it to the company.
It was like over twice as much as a regular ticket.
That sounds like a Brogan's lawyer firm problem.
I didn't book first class. I didn't want to be too cheeky. Because I didn't want them to turn around and say, well, we're not paying that. And then I'd have to...
You could be like,
you chose to take first class.
I chose nothing, sir. This is. See how I'm saying sir? Because clearly all the higher ups in the office are sirs. Not that they're men; they've just been knighted because it's England. But you can be like, this was the only seating left available.
I can't lie. I've got a guilty fucking face. I can only lie across camera. So unless I was like, I'm going to go in this room and you can Zoom have this conversation with me.
Well, yeah, do that. Have the Zoom conversation, but also pretend that you're holding either the good thing or bad things in your hand, and that the bad thing that you're actually holding is the good thing, and you're lying about that, or whatever. However that game works.
Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember anything at the moment. I am.
We didn't even know how to play it at the time. So
no, we didn't. Yeah. No, I did not take first class, but I did pick a seat with a table, a PowerPoint.
Yeah,
and
that's
window.
good. Oh, it should definitely have a PowerPoint, yeah.
Yeah. I think there's some that don't, like, maybe like every second seat or whatever, but no, I'd specifically put PowerPoint.
If you had have told me that there was an option for PowerPoints and you had chosen a non-PowerPoint seat, I would have made a 10-slide PowerPoint presentation telling you why you need a seat with a PowerPoint.
I think it's not... There's not an option to not pick PowerPoint, if that makes sense.
When you're putting in your booking, it's like no PowerPoint.
it's just on the tick box. Like, what do you want? I just like window seat, PowerPoint, blah blah blah. Like, I definitely ticked that. I didn't leave it blank.
What if it's what do you want? It's like, that's nice. That's not what you're getting. What if it's one of those situations?
Then I'll cry.
You've got power banks.
I'll cry for the 5 hours.
You got a power bank, yeah. You can power your
I should maybe
iPad.
go up to the attic during our break and grab them.
Yeah, and charge them. How long until you actually have to leave?
I am leaving in 4 hours.
How long do you think it would take you to go up and get them right now?
20 minutes. Maybe.
20 minutes? I can't do a 20-minute...
I'm not 100% sure where they are. Well,
Didn't you bring some to Vegas?
I did. So I know they're in my suitcase, but I don't know where my suitcase is. I know it's up in the attic.
Okay. I just thought it was a good opportunity for season 2, episode 1 of the Murder Party podcast. That was all.
No, it's not. It's too long. It's you would be like, right, okay.
Okay, we need to get some housekeeping out of the way. Okay. Is this episode 1 of season 2 right now of Hey Buddy Nice podcast, or is it episode 63 of No Seasons?
Both.
That's not how...
The answer is yes.
Because when I upload the episode, it says what season number is this and what episode number.
Oh, do you have to put that in?
Yes, yeah. I can retroactively change it, I guess. Maybe we put it to a poll and see what people want.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want my fate decided by the people of the internet.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, you're cool and all, but I don't think I'd trust you with, like, that responsibility.
I don't know. I mean...
This is fucking...
I feel like it should be both.
It's Dr. Jim's fault why I'm thinking about this stuff. He's meant to be, like, taking care of people's mental health, and he's in my
Destroy
head.
yours.
Yeah, like making me think about this unimportant shit like it's actually important. Every day, I start to think that this beef is more real with Dr. Jim and I'm too scared to ask him.
I was trying to think of a line there, but my brain is broken.
Yeah, you don't look like you're fully enjoying your weekend. That's how it looks.
I think it doesn't help that I really couldn't get to sleep last night at all. So, yeah, I'm just stressing. I'm just really, really stressing.
Yeah.
It's not helping.
See, I got to sleep fine. Kez, on the other hand, had a bit of a up and down night. We went out for dinner with her parents to a restaurant where my brothers work, and that's the apostrophe is after the S because both my brothers work there. First thing I ordered was a cocktail jug, of course, big jug of the Drunken Mermaid, and then we got home, we watched a bit of TV and that, and then we went to bed. So because I had some cocktail, I was straight asleep. But after about like 10 minutes, I think it was, Kez wakes up and is like, yep, that was a night terror, nightmare dream. What the fuck's going on? And I'm like, oh, that's not good. Back asleep. And then she had to get up at like 2 a.m. or something to watch a Harry Styles concert because Harry Styles is back and live and touring. And then went back to sleep. And then we had to get up early for Louis Tomlinson documentary was being aired on a streaming service. So we got up to watch that. So she just has a busy time.
I noticed that you said we got up to watch that.
I did, because for things that I'm legally not allowed to discuss, in fear of copyright infringement, it's okay. It didn't work anyway. Yep. So I had to do some technical stuff which didn't work, and the stream, it was stop starting. It was one of those, like too many people filling up servers, etc. I don't know. Australian internet. Let's put it down to that. So why do you have to go to England for? Yeah, Australian internet is terrible.
I'm laughing because of a joke that you won't have heard yet, because I was doing Who Scoops yesterday, and we were talking about the fact that there's clearly only one computer in Perth for the 20 people who live there.
Yeah, that's right. This is why we have to record on a Sunday.
Because it's your allocated slot.
This is why we're making our next guest get up at 3 a.m. or something.
Oh, poor guest.
Oh.
No spoilers.
I have a question for our next guest. I'll tell you after, and I need to vet it through you first and see if it's appropriate. But okay, so you're going to England for... You're going to Lincoln. Lincoln.
Yes.
I've been thinking, what the hell have you been drinking? This is Paul Mattingly's fault now. Every time I hear Lincoln, it's what the hell have you been drinking? Is it water? Is it wine? Oh my God, it's turpentine. But are you going because you need to go there to tell people the biz and what the deal is, or are you going to be told stuff?
I'm going bit of both. So I'm going because, as we know, I'm the only person at my work who does my job. Mm-hmm. I'm a big, important person.
Stop people from going to prison.
Yep. We're in the middle of making new forms for clients, but they want it so that when the client fills out the form, when they come to the firm and say, cool, I want to buy a house. And we're like, cool, give us all your details, which is, name, address, phone number, what are the details of the house. They want to get as much information as humanly possible so that essentially they want to stop anybody having to go back to a client and say, actually, we need more information.
Yeah, all right.
So they need to talk to me because they need to get, right, do we need this? What do we need for AML? What do we need to ask the client that we can cover AML so nobody has to go back to them? Which you can do for the simple stuff, but you can't do for the complicated stuff. So,
and
plus I'm the person who found the system that we're using for the forms.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Is it Excel?
It's not. It's called Jot Forms.
Jot Forms. It's not like, It's not like a free online form thing, is it? Or is it? Oh, it is.
It's really good though. It does have a lot of features, and it is something that we'll be paying for. You can pay.
Okay, I was going to say there should be a paid version if there. Yeah.
There's a paid version. Right now you can only do it. Only allows like 100 submissions, and I'm like, okay. That's going to be like
that's like 100. So 100 people submitting forms, or 100 questions on a form.
Both.
Oh, but yeah, if your company pays for it, unlimited or better, I assume.
Pretty much.
So your company, the head office, is it in England then? Is it? I guess is that the correct term? Head office.
Probably. I think head office would be right, but I would say our head office is Edinburgh. Our main flagship office.
The flagship office of lawyers, and AML. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'd call my lawyer firm.
The first office that our CEO bought, our managing partner bought, was in Edinburgh, which is an old townhouse building that we still have.
Yeah.
That's probably our main office. That's where his office is.
And I assume is from the area.
Yes.
Well, he's not commuting 4 hours every day by train to get there.
He's not like I think he's like an hour outside Edinburgh.
Oh, what? And he goes there every day?
No.
Oh, okay. That. Of course, he gets to stay home and shit, probably.
He's rich as fuck.
Yeah, all right.
Like, he's stupid rich. Like, it's disgusting. His house comes with staff.
Oh, wow. Okay, yep. But
which I know because it came up on the listing when he sold his house.
And did he come to your firm and say, I want to buy a house? And you're like, you have to fill in this form, please.
Oh my God, he would die. He would, like, flip his shit.
That would be hilarious.
Do you know who I am?
It's still...
That's why I want you to fill out the form, Dick.
So, not everyone needs to go through a lawyer to buy a house, right? This is people who are already doing nefarious shit. It has to be. People selling and buying houses through lawyers must be doing some, under-the-table shit, I reckon.
I would say it was the other way around.
Really?
If you're not using a lawyer... if you're not using a lawyer to buy a house, then, you're hiding something.
Do you have real estate agents in your fine homeland?
Yes, real estate agents refer things to lawyers.
Really?
It's usually like real estate agents and solicitors.
Look, I've never bought a house,
You're usually...
right?
Uh-huh.
But as far as I'm aware, in Australia, if there's a house that I want to buy, there's a real estate agent or a private sale, usually real estate agent. Like, let's say Remark. I think Remark is a worldwide company, so let's say that.
I've heard of them, yeah.
And the person who's selling the house has listed it with their retail, what are the words?
Realtor.
Realtor, yeah, that's it. I then make an offer. And if I have to get a loan and shit, that's between me and my bank. And then the offer is accepted or rejected, and then there's like escrow or whatever the words are called, and then eventually the house is mine. No, I mean, I don't believe there's lawyers and shit.
Yeah. It's uncommon. I can't say for sure because I've never bought a house, and I'm not really up to date on the day-to-day runnings of conveyancing.
All right.
But it would be incredibly strange mostly because from my point of view, if I see funds coming in, if funds come in for a house purchase from a lawyer, then those funds are good. There's no issue with those funds. If those funds coming in from a buyer to a seller's account, you'd be like, what the actual fuck?
No, you're right. We
couldn't accept that.
You're 100% right. It is 100% legit going through the lawyers. That way it is a front and covers all the nefarious other shit that they're doing. That's what it is.
Oh, the amount of shit, the amount of stuff that you have to go through sometimes to get to buy your house. Like if you're not buying a house or something with funds that are very clearly yours, have very clear, like, and I'm saying like mortgage, your salary in a UK bank, that kind of thing. If you're buying it with money you've got from Bitcoin or investments or stuff like that, then it's a pain in the arse.
What if I just had a cool $50 million in my bank account and wanted to pay cash?
Where did you get $50 million?
What's that?
Where did you get the $50 million?
I'm a lucrative app developer, clearly. Oh, no, I made my money from selling Pogs.
Okay, can you show us bank statements of... I'm telling you as an AML person what I would be saying if somebody came to me and said that.
No. What's stopping me from saying, I don't want to purchase this house through you? Allow me to purchase the house through the person who's selling the house. That's
completely up to you and the person who's selling the house.
Okay, so it can be done then. It gets done, I assume.
I mean, it totally can be, but anybody who, does that, I don't know why you would. It's incredibly risky.
This is so weird to me, and I don't know if it's because I know nothing about buying houses or if it's because it's another country.
I don't know. I can't comment because, like I said, I've never bought a house.
Yeah.
I don't plan on buying a house in the UK.
Yeah, of course not. Yeah. Why would you? What about renting a house? If someone's renting a house, is that through lawyers and shit as well?
Yeah.
What?
You can rent privately. That's not as uncommon.
It sounds like real estate agents don't exist.
It's less that they don't exist and more like it's real estate agents are already solicitors.
Nah. No,
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know.
You can do a course in Australia and become a real estate agent. I don't know how long it takes or anything.
You probably could. You probably. I don't know if it's a case of a real estate agent would like deal with the lawyers on your behalf. Maybe.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Or like refer it. Like they get because you can get to the point where an offer's accepted before it gets to the lawyer.
Okay.
So it could be because there's no point in something sitting with a lawyer for like months, years, but for as long as a house is on the market.
All right, let's say.
But I would like to go back to a very, very quick point of when I was saying I don't plan on buying a house in the UK. I wanted to tell a quick story, which is when my baby cousins came over to see me because I had gifts for them from Vegas. They were staying over at their grandma's, my aunt's, and my aunt said, we're going to go see Brogan. And the youngest said, okay, where does Brogan live? And my aunt's like, with Auntie Yvonne and Uncle Derek. They're like, what? But Brogan's an adult.
Yeah.
Like, they were just totally baffled that I still live with my mum and dad.
Let me tell you something, kiddo. Let me tell you something.
Well, before you got... Matt was like, oh no, you stay with your mum and dad as long as possible.
Yeah.
She was saying this to my mum and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna tell the kids' parents that?
Look, it's this. If we ever want to buy a house, we're gonna have a hard enough fucking time in our lives. These children have got no hope.
I barely have a hope.
Owning property. Yeah. Kiddo, look, listen up, buddy. I know you're... Which one was it? Oh, no, don't bother. I remember we've had this discussion
again. The youngest.
We don't say names. Listen up, little scamp. I know you're a listener and you're our number one fan, but just give up now. There's no point saving or trying. I mean, not even that. It's probably going to be your mental health more than anything that stops you from moving on.
I mean, Mitchell's got a house. Mitchell is paying for a flat in Edinburgh. It's a nice flat. Yeah. It was a lot of money and stuff. But Mitchell also is incredibly frugal with his money. Mitchell bought nothing for about 4 years.
Yep.
And I'm not like that. I can't function like that. I don't get enough dopamine, serotonin and stuff. I need to buy things.
Is it the stereotype? Oh, pardon me. Is it a stereotype that Scots in general are frugal and cheap, or is that not? I feel like I've heard that before.
I think I've heard that before as well, but I don't know. You're looking behind me. Yes. You know that's not true.
I've seen you spending money in Vegas.
Yeah.
I saw you upgrade your flights.
Mm-hmm.
So you're back on the Pepsi Max.
Yeah. It's I'm stressed.
Yeah.
I do have an energy drink down in the fridge, which I'll be taking.
What
I'm going to try and come off it when I come back up.
Don't skimp on the details here. An energy drink. What type of energy drink? Brand, flavour?
Rain, and it's watermelon.
Yeah, I had one of those. I liked it. It was pretty good.
I do like them. I started drinking Rain because I seen the logo and went, Vegas Golden Knights!
Yeah. This is Reign, REIGN, if that's how you spell rain. Yes. I'm not sure. Not like the pitter-patter of rain on a tin roof.
No.
Yeah. What have roofs made it? So this is so weird. We're getting back to like questions about countries again. What are roofs made out of in Scotland? What is it?
Cladding?
If you look outside, do they look like roof tiles and cladding? Yeah, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Do tin roofs exist? I feel like it's a very Aussie thing.
Probably, but not outside of farms.
Oh wow! So you would not know the sound of rain on a tin roof?
Not in person.
Oh wow! Yeah. So look, that is a very satisfying sound when you're like trying to drift off to sleep. I
have stuck YouTube videos on with that on.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's a bit terrifying when you're a child and it's thunderstorms and it's loud as fuck. But yeah, I ain't no child anymore. At least physically. Have you got any other gripes?
A lot of work talk.
I was going to say, have you got any other gripes before we move on from the work talk? Technically, this should have been coffee talk, but
this technically is coffee talk. I'm planning, because my actual train from Edinburgh to Lincoln is 5:00. I'm leaving here at 3. Because I'm getting the train from. I need to walk to the station at Livingston, get the train from Livingston.
How close is the station?
It's pretty close. It's
like minutes. Let's go minutes. How many minutes is it going to take you to walk it?
Between 5 and 10.
Okay, that's not terrible.
Take me about half an hour to get in there.
Yeah.
But I want to go to... There's a specific coffee shop called Black Sheep Coffee that do...
Hang on. I'm going to have to stop you right there.
It's time for Coffee Talk. Saving those turtles one straw at a time.
Continue.
Yes. There's a specific coffee shop called Black Sheep Coffee who do turmeric lattes.
Oh, okay.
And I'm quite partial to a turmeric latte, and that'll make me feel better.
Yeah. So, do you actually like it too? Like, do you think you would have liked a turmeric latte before you learnt that a teller likes a turmeric latte?
Yes, because it's very, very similar to a chai tea latte.
Okay. I know
and I've always liked a chai tea latte.
What's like chai? As far as I was aware, chai is basically like cinnamony. Yeah. Mostly.
Yeah.
So I got a friend who only, like, if they get a drink, they'll get a chai latte, a chai tea, whatever, chai something. But they'll have a discussion with them, and we're talking about, like, different American candies and how there's so much cinnamon-flavored stuff. And they're like, oh, I hate cinnamon. I was like, why would you drink a chai such-and-such drink? I was like, well... I don't really like cinnamon, so that's why I ask for it without cinnamon. I'm like, but that's the whole chai part. It's like, I make sure they don't put extra cinnamon on it. I'm just so fucking confused.
Yeah, no, it's more like sweet cinnamon. Because that's probably the best way I can describe it.
All right.
It's not got that, it's not hugely nippy the way that the way that cinnamon jelly beans are, where it's like just nasty, nippy cinnamon.
Stop saying nippy.
No.
I have a very important question, all right?
Yes.
Donuts. Do you like donuts?
I don't hate them.
Good. All right. Cool. Baseline established. That means you've eaten donuts before in your life. If you're having a donut, do you prefer a frosted donut or a cinnamon and sugar donut? Let's just say plain
Cinnamon
ring
sugar.
donut. Cinnamon sugar? That was the answer?
Yes.
Good. Very well done.
Because that's what I got. That's like with the pretzels.
Yes, of course.
Because that's what I had for breakfast when we went to Austin. Because I wandered up and down that airport for ages.
Yeah.
And then got cinnamon sugar pretzels.
Cool. Because I don't. It's Krispy Kremes, right? Have you got Krispy Kreme in the UK?
We do.
Yep.
I remember when the first one opened up, and because it's on a roundabout.
That's not a great place for it.
No, and I mean literally, it's one of the worst. It's a bad roundabout as it is, but it used to be queued back. I mean, sometimes it would take 2.5 hours to get home. To get past this queue.
I was behind a car yesterday on the way to pick up Kez, and we were going through a roundabout, and their driveway was off the centre of the roundabout. I almost ran into their butt.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've only had Krispy Kreme for, I don't know. Time just flies by so fucking fast, but less than 10 years, I'm going to say.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. But I'm not a fan of Krispy Kreme donuts. I much prefer I can't even say mom and pop donut stores because they don't really exist. It's like... Yeah. Little donut bakery called Puffin Fresh is where I would go for a donut.
Donuts would never be my first choice. And very rarely. It would be like, I'm really hungry, this is a donut. Or somebody's bought me a donut and I don't want to be rude.
Yeah.
Cookies. Always cookies. Crumble cookies. Oh my God, so good. In the UK, there's a place in Edinburgh called Ben's Cookies. Who do not quite as good as crumble, but it's the closest we've got.
Yeah. I definitely eat more cookies than donuts. In the last year, I reckon I've had 3 donuts if I'm lucky. But as we speak right now, there is a box of cookies in the cupboard that I bought with the intent on baking them. That's right, like an actual, not like making from scratch, but a base mix. But they've been there for close to a week now.
Nice.
I did make this. Oh no, it wouldn't work because it's got cheese in it. Oh, and it's got it's not Cray-Ray friendly. Never mind. I was gonna say I made broccoli.
I'm not on Cray-Ray.
No. I was just gonna say in general it would work for Cray-Ray, but it's got a broccoli and cheddar soup. Because I was very disappointed that Disneyland don't do it anymore. So I was like, I'll make my own broccoli and cheddar soup, sir. And it was okay. It wasn't great. It didn't come in a bread bowl, but I had bread. It is definitely not healthy.
Bread is the best part of soup.
Yeah, it is. I put too much butter on my bread, though, and I think it made me a little ill. Oh, you don't like butter in general anyway, so I'm preaching to the choir.
But I do miss the sheer amount of bread products I had in Vegas. The amount of breadsticks and side bread and all of that good stuff.
Yeah. So eating in America, there's a couple of places that like we left off the list, which we'd been reminded of. And one of them was after the bucket show. It was that Mexican place.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea what it was called, but it was like a vegan Mexican place.
Yeah. Tacotarian.
Tacotarian, yeah. I think that was one of the Scoop Cheese's suggestions as well, who happened to also be there, along with a bunch of other Scoops and other people, Sarah and Steve, who we also went to another dinner with. Well, we almost didn't make it there because of a traffic light that refused to fucking change.
That was the most frustrating experience because this is the kind of thing that doesn't happen to people. It happens in... If this happened in a movie, you'd say this is unrealistic. But we were literally sitting on the other side of the road, driving to the place. We could see it. We could literally see the restaurant out the back window.
It was next to us.
10 feet away.
Yeah. You could spit on it.
And we couldn't turn round because this fucking traffic light wouldn't change.
Yep, just would not change. Now, look, this may be your experience in life where this sort of shit doesn't happen to people, but Brogan, you're a part of my life now. Get used to it. This sort of shit.
I will say your worst quality is you've never been on time for anything in your entire life.
I'm not talking about being on time. I'm just talking about things happening. But that is also a prime example. Things happen which affect my timing and availability of being on time. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm well aware.
Yeah. Look. It's what is I can't remember Murphy's Law. If something bad is going to happen, it will happen.
Yeah.
Just add to Wayne at the end of that.
Yeah.
So it's whatever possibility can happen will happen to Wayne.
Yeah.
So
pretty much.
Get used to it.
Yeah. Like we were sitting in that traffic lane and I was texting pictures.
Yeah.
To because Jobeth and Sydney were there as well.
Yes.
So we're like texting pictures to them like, we're here, but we're not here. You had to like drive through the gap.
Oh yeah, because there was roadworks going on. So we were like, we can fit through those big orange cones.
You weren't the only one. There was a couple of people who did the same because it was literally just a case of doing a U-turn.
Yeah.
And we were there.
Yep.
That was it. It wasn't even like, turn down and drive a bit. It was U-turn and the parking lot was there. So. And
the most weird thing was it was a U-turn, a legal U-turn at a traffic light. Instead, we had to be breaking the law and do a U-turn through a construction zone.
We did.
But we got a pretty good parking spot though. It was like right out the front. I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
And
that was a good restaurant though.
It was called Saffron.
Yes.
Which should have been a bit of a hint because, the food was nice. It was maybe a tad on the pricey side. I mean, the hint being Saffron is expensive, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's a very nice looking place. It was big and spacious, and it looks like that it was like a multi-story office building. They knocked out the floor between and just had huge raised ceilings. That's what it looks like. It looks like it's a what are they called in the Zelda game, in the new Zelda game? Not a temple, the little shrine. It looks like the inside of a shrine in the new Zelda game, including like the big water feature in the middle. That apparently this happened before we got there. But Steve Batscoop, for some reason, walked into this water feature. But for some reason, also did not believe that I believed that he did that, and he made me touch his leg. Just to prove that it was wet.
He just wanted you to touch his leg.
Come on, Steve doesn't work for the TSA.
I'm going to get Wayne to touch my leg. I bet him and Sarah had a bet.
That was it. They knew that we were at least 15 minutes away because we were stuck at this traffic light, and it's like, I reckon I can make Wayne touch my leg. How are we going to do it? Brainstorm. Let's roll. What do we got?
Yeah, I'm going to walk into this fight. And honestly, that thing. Like, it was a lovely water feature, right? And then you looked at and it doesn't look deep at all. But I went up to look at it later on and I was like, oh shit, that actually is pretty deep.
Thing is, though, it was like a raised water feature with like flowing over the edges into like a trough or a moat, like a moat. But the moat was only maybe half a foot. 15 centimeters wide all the way around it. So I don't know how you could possibly walk into that. I'm going to need diagrams here.
It did look a bit like glass because it was like to the top. So I could understand.
Who's standing on glass?
It's just like part of the floor is what I mean.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the kind of thing you would do. You just, not checking anything or... But
there was some good food. Like the thing that I got for my main, I didn't. It tasted nice. It was like a broccoli. I can't remember what they called it. Broccoli noodle thing, but it came served on a fork, just like a bundle wrapped around the fork. But whatever Jobeth ordered, like for starters, which we got in on, that was really good. Whatever it was.
I was like, actually, I want more of that.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was though.
Was it Bang Bang cauliflower or something?
It was some form of cauliflower. That's right.
Yeah.
And you had a bowl of some sort.
I had something that had mushrooms in it. I remember that. And like you say, it was nice, but all I can remember is the Bang Bang cauliflower, and I'm like, I want more of that.
That was really good. I'm glad that was on really the table. Good. So and I believe that was Sarah's suggestion. It was a very good choice, Sarah. I enjoyed it more than the Modern Vegan, personally. Sorry, Mitzi. But that's based on my own choice of food at the Modern Vegan. It was my own fault.
I like them. Yeah. I think my only thing would be if we go back to saffron again. I would just say, just give me a big plate of the cauliflower thing. double bang bang, please. Yeah. That'll do me. That'll do me. Like we said last episode, bits and pieces are just going to pop up as we remember them, or are kindly nudged to remember them, which is perfectly fine. If something has happened in Vegas that we've forgotten about, let us know. Because it's good for us to remember. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like nostalgia from a month ago. It's already been that long. We've been longer for you. Oh, what?
2 months ago. It's coming up to 2 months ago that I flew out.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
But you were only like a week and a half before us, I think. 2 weeks max. So that means it's come up to a month and a half for me. I got back on the 22nd.
Oh no, I'm talking about flying out to.
Oh, to Vegas. I'm talking about being home.
Oh, being home.
Yeah. Suffering back at work. Yeah. Because we stayed on. You talk about you don't want to be driving that amount of time after full day's work, and that it's like I don't know what would be more taxing, a full day's work or a full day over 24 hours on airplanes.
I genuinely don't know.
I feel like work would be, but that drive to Vegas from LA, no.
Air travel is horrendously exhausting.
Yeah.
Physically and mentally. It is pretty much a full day's work on your body.
Yeah, I guess.
The amount of energy it takes.
Less carrying ladders for me.
Less answering stupid fucking questions for me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would rather take a flight than work, but... Yeah. Such is life.
But I had to do that drive twice. I don't say had to. I got to, I guess. And it was part of being there. I enjoyed it. I don't know if I'd do it next time, but because I mean, I've seen the mountains now. I've seen it with snow. But I wrote this down and I want to talk about it because it happened weeks ago now. But it's relevant to going to Disneyland. We don't really like go out of our way to see the parades and shows and fireworks and that much, because it's like, oh, we've seen fireworks before and there's other stuff we want to do. But we just happened to be walking past the big Phantasmic show as it started, and it was pretty cool. It was like, it's on the water, so you got the big steam paddle boat going past and big pirate ship thing going past, and it's like filled with characters, and there's lasers or projections on the water. And then towards the end, giant maleficent dragon comes up out of nowhere. It's like, because they got the big spraying water, you don't even notice that it's there, and then the water stops and all of a sudden you got this giant fucking dragon. It was like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. But the dragon also like breathes fire, and I'm like, seriously breathes fire, and you can feel that heat.
Like Mantis.
Yeah.
Oh, 'cause you haven't seen that.
Better than Mantis. I've seen Mantis. I've seen the Mantis container part. Yeah, I saw it last year.
Okay.
But this is like very like awestruck kind of moment. It's like, that's insane. That's crazy. That was really cool. Made it like worth watching this show for. A couple of weeks ago, like days after we had been there, this motherfucker burnt down. Yeah, the dragon caught fire, and it is like, I don't know if the show's been cancelled now or what, but I'll show you the videos later, and we'll try. I haven't posted anything from what we've talked about in the last few episodes, but we'll do a big recap post hopefully shortly. But I'll at least link you to the video so you can see. If you haven't seen it, just search Disneyland Phantasmic Dragon on fire, and it is it was crispy.
Gee.
Oh, we should ask Mitzi. Mitzi was there recently. Maybe he saw the Fantasmic show or not. I don't know.
That's true. He was there for Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
Mitzi's always at Disney.
Mitzi enjoys his Disneyland. And
Mitzi's out there living his best life.
Mitzi's out there living the life that Mitzi deserves.
Yes.
I think we just like saying Mitzi.
We do.
Now, Mitzi, the name Mitzi is the name of a cat. There's two. Yeah, a cat in the game Animal Crossing. So every time I say Mitzi's name, I think of this cat who lived in my village in Animal Crossing on GameCube, right? Mm-hmm. Now, back in the days of GameCube, like no internets and stuff like that, so you couldn't just like visit someone's town. But if your friend brought over their memory card, you could plug them both in and then you could visit their town. Problem with that is you do that and it entices villagers to move to their town. We had 2 memory cards, so we made another Animal Crossing memory card just to like see what it would be like to go to this other town, like with the intent of deleting it straight after. Fucking our favorite Animal Crossing characters, both Mitzi and Bob, cats, moved to this other town. So we had to keep that save file on the memory card forever, and it's still on there because I can't kill Mitzi and Bob.
No, sometimes you just have that. I've got a Pokemon Red game cartridge that I can never remove the data from because I've got a level 100 Charizard on there that one of my friend's older brother traded me when I had 2 badges.
Yep.
This motherfucker did nothing.
Yeah.
I'm walking around with a level 100 Charizard and it was just like, Charizard went to sleep. I'm like, God damn it.
The Heart Gold, Soul Silver, they came with the little Pokewalker pedometer thing. Yes. And you could like put a Pokemon on there to train it up. Wherever mine is, it's still got my Sentret on it. The Sentret just lives on there now, and I'm sure the battery has died. So Sentret, it's Schrödinger's Sentret right now, both dead and alive until I find out and put a new battery in.
I think I've got, because they did something similar for the Switch as well with the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee.
Yeah, that's right.
Where you got the Pokeball. I do have the Pokeball. There may or may not be a Pokemon on it. I'm not 100% sure.
But is it a Pokemon of note? Is it one that you care for deeply?
It was one that I was like, if I had to guess, it was either a shiny Rhydon or shiny Arcanine.
Okay, Arcanine. Yeah, well, if it's a Barky Boy, you don't want a Barky Boy living on there forever. Well, you do. Exactly. You don't want to know if it's not on there anymore. That's
it. I might have taken him off. I think I have a vague recollection of going through and moving everything into boxes, but...
Oh, you mean in the game boxes, not like physically moving the Pokeball into a box?
No, like, because what was it? It moved from Pokemon Bank to Home or Home to Bank or whatever it was.
Don't you have to
app.
Pay for one of those apps or something?
Oh, it's like £1.50.
Oh, lifetime?
I literally... Yeah. No, for per month. But I'm like, I can give up, 15 quid a year to go back, to have multiple Pokemon across multiple generations safe and sound.
See, what annoys me most about this, right, this service for taking care of your Pokemon is so un-Pokemon-like. Like, if you talk about the world of Pokemon, you can take your Pokemon to, like, a fucking healing center, and they'll heal your Pokemon for free. It's like... No, it's a bit rude. It's like in this Louis documentary we're watching, right? There's a scene when they're in Rio de Janeiro on a fucking yacht. And I'm like, that's a bit poor taste, don't you think? It's like when you consider how a large portion of the population live in Rio and Brazil. It's like, this feels a little bit awkward. But Pokemon, yeah. That's not real. That's not real world. Where I almost ran into the butt of that other car, right? About a week before in the same area. It's near a shopping centre, a grocery shop that we go to. And we were leaving the grocery store and the car in front just would not leave. They'd just come from the car wash place, right? It's a self-service car wash. And they're in a pretty crappy looking car. It also didn't look clean, so I don't know what they were doing there. But they were like, we're trying to leave, right? Trying to exit out of the parking lot. And they just like basically parked. And I start to get angry. And when I get angry at the car in front of me, I visibly like wave my arms around, mouth the word cunt or something like that. And then after about 0.5 of a second of doing that, I had to stop and appreciate them because in the back seat, just a duck pops its head up
An actual duck.
An actual duck. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why is there's a duck in their car? I can no longer be angry at them.
Yeah.
So I feel like they were washing their duck, maybe, is what they were doing at the car wash.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Where do you get a duck for starters? Do you steal a duck from the local duck pond?
There's a TikTok channel I follow where this little girl is obsessed with ducks. Her name's Riley.
Who isn't?
She is obsessed with ducks. Like, everything is duck themed. She's so freaking cute. But her mum did try to get her a pet duck. And she got eggs. They had to be incubated and stuff. It didn't work.
Okay. Oh, that's even worse.
I know,
that means you either received dead eggs or you killed baby ducks. Embryonic ducks.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if they've tried again. That was just before... I think it was just before they found out that the mum was pregnant again.
The mum duck?
She's now,
the actual mother of this child.
The human mother.
Yeah. Ducks don't get pregnant.
Child.
I just realised.
No. So now she's got a baby sister that she dresses up like a duck.
I was going to say, dresses up like a duck, surely.
Oh yeah, she's got like a duck tutu. She's got ducky wellies. She's got a little duck raincoat. She's freaking cute.
I have a story that I don't know if I want to say or not because my mum listens. All right,
totally
I will.
Up to you.
It's my mum's story that she told me, and it wasn't in confidence or anything. I mean, she's told all of my brothers. So, as children, they had ducks, right? As a little girl, the family had ducks, and they went away on holiday or something for the weekend, and the next door neighbours were asked to look after the ducks. This is the story perceived from my mother's point of view as a child.
Yes.
And when they got home, neighbours are like, sorry, the ducks are gone. They flew away or something weird like that, right? Ducks are no longer around.
Were they picking feathers out of their teeth at this point?
Well, it was like a week later that the the kid next door was like, yeah, we had like roast duck the other day.
Shit.
Yeah.
I was joking.
Oh, yeah, well, you kicked that dick in the story in the dick like Paul Mattingly there.
Oh, shit.
That means we are true podcasters.
Very true.
And everyone knows you are the Paul Mattingly beloved co-host of Hey Buddy Nice Podcast.
I am. I told you, Chris experienced your pain the other day.
You started to say that. Yeah. Oh, with the voting, should the bear be a guest on...
Well, I didn't even say, because I'm, for those who don't know, I'm a part-time host of Who Scoops, which means I am a host of Who Scoops when time allows. Yes, you with the fucking tattoo.
How often is part-time? Part-time, to me, sounds like every week.
About 70% of the time.
Okay.
Because bearing in mind, it's not... It's I missed Paul's brother and Myra, because they were recorded on the same day, and that was the first full weekend when I was back. And Chris messaged me in the morning and said, I'm just about to go on with Paul's brother.
Yeah.
And I was fast asleep the whole day. So yeah, it's not a lot of the time, but it's his oldest Noah has been asking to go on the podcast for a while. I said, it's a great idea. And he said, no. And I was like, I'm going to put a poll out with no context.
But do they even listen to Ice Cream Social?
No.
Then they don't Scoops. The podcast isn't Scoops.
I think at this point, the podcast is expanding from specifically Scoops to just anybody of interest.
That's
or note. And I don't get me wrong, I do think Noah will listen to Ice Cream Social.
Yeah.
In the future. Or like come to Scoop events. Because he was asking to come to Vegas for 24. So we'll see how that pans out.
See, I don't think I would take a family to Vegas. I would not take my imaginary I'm not going to say imaginary, we'll say non-existent children to Vegas. If I say imaginary, it sounds like I'm pretending I have children, which is definitely not the case.
Well, I've thought, like, when we're in Vegas, sometimes I'll go around and think about, right, if mum and dad were here, what would I take them to see? What would I do? I would take them to see shows that are friends. I would take them to see Piff. I would take them to see Miss Dare. I would take them to see Penn and Teller.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would say,
Mad
right,
Apple.
you're going to go with these people, and I'm going to go to the Penn and Teller show.
What would you take them to Mad Apple? I
would take them to Mad Apple.
Yeah.
I think Mad Apple is the one that they would love the most.
I was thinking about your parents being the same as like Kez's parents, but absolutely not. So there's shows that we could. I think even Piff might swear a bit too much.
I think. Well, my mum's been to see Jimmy Carr.
Oh wow!
And liked that. So yeah. Did I ever tell you about when we went to see Jimmy Carr?
No.
Oh, it was years ago. I was still like...
Is it an interesting story? Because if it's an interesting story, I'm going to say save it for next week. Because next weekend, I'm going to go see Joe Lycett. And we can talk about comedy shows. We can say,
yeah,
if you're happy, I'll write it down now.
I'll save it. It's not a long story.
Okay, yep. Then again, seeing Joe Lycett might have zero stories come out of it anyway. It might be like, so Brogan went to see Joe Lycett on Saturday. Oh, really? How was it? Yeah, it was okay.
Fucking good. End of it.
Oh, I assume it's going to be great.
I do love Joe Lycett. But yeah, there's a couple of things that but sometimes I'm like, my mum and dad would take this.
Yeah.
Like wandering around parts of the strip, I'm like, mum and dad would take this. Like walking to these places.
Just the walking alone is a killer for a lot of people.
Yeah, and the overpowering smell of weed, which. You know,
it's
you kind of get used to after a while. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't really, like, I don't ever want to smoke weed, but I don't hate, like, despise the smell of weed. So you get used to it.
Yeah. See, now, we can easily do 3 weeks in Vegas. Minimum.
Easily.
It seems.
Minimum.
We know a lot of people. We have a lot of friends. There's a lot of stuff that we can do over and over again and not get bored of it. Talking with Shannon, I was like, I reckon we could do a week max, you and I. Me and Shannon, that is. I don't.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. It's hard for. I can't. Like, it's like, who are we talking to that they were saying most people can do like 3 days in Vegas?
I don't know, but I know that was mentioned on Ted Lasso, where it was like somebody asked Coach Beard, like, what's it like in Vegas? Have you been to Vegas? What's it like? And he said, 1 day is something, 2 days is perfect, 3 days is too long.
Oh, yeah, yep, I remember that.
And I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah. The difference is,
fucking
like...
loser.
For us, we're not gambling, drinking, drugs the whole time.
Which isn't strange, because you would think that would mean that we could spend less time there.
Well, no. I think 3 days of non-stop gambling, drinking, and drugs partaking is exhausting for people.
Yeah.
That's why I said to Shannon, we could probably do a week.
Yeah, like probably by the end of day 3, it's like, oh, okay, my money's gone, I have to go home.
Yeah, well, not just money. It's like, Shannon's not going to want to see shows multiple times. He's more likely to want to drink and other stuff.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't think I could. I think it would be hard to do with a civilian. It would be hard to do our amount of time with a civilian.
Yeah. Whereas, like, you and me just could. Yeah. We have proven we go to shows on repeat.
Yeah.
So
that's it. We're coming up to close to an hour. I think we need to wrap this episode up, and it's not enough time to do art talk, and it has been a long time, but we do have a user submitted. Well,
before you go on to that, I do want to talk about mail.
Oh, okay. Hang on. I'm going to hit the... Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Cheese Bag Mail. There it is.
There we go. Not just Cheese Bag Mail. I got physical Cheese Bag Mail.
We can't sing the song because it's copyright by Ice Cream Social.
Do you think if we sing it off key, that's enough of a that can come under parody law?
If you want someone to sing off key, I'm your guy. Wait, we could just get Matt Donnelly to do it.
Oh, don't bully Matt.
Sorry, Matt.
But yeah, I was going to say, is that on the album? It is on the album, because it's one of the few things Matt does sing on the album. Yep. Which, if you haven't already, go buy. I did the art for it.
Or stream.
No, go buy it. Go give them money.
Go buy it, and then whenever you listen to it, stream it.
Exactly. But anyway, I got back from Vegas to a parcel from Bearded Scoop, Will, who incredibly kindly had been listening to us talk about comics and specifically Spawn, and dug out some old Spawn comics that he had and sent them to me.
I was going to reference something that
Spawn number 1.
I was going to reference something that we can't reference because it's on a bank episode of ICS. Fucking hell.
I know. And I don't even think it's going to be this week.
No, because this week's the 1000th episode. I mean...
It is. But yeah, no, Will had said to me, do you have this? He'd sent me a picture and I was like, I do not. He's like, yeah, it's from when I bought it in like 92. I was like, that comic's older than me.
Yeah. Oh.
It's a really, consider how old, it's in really good condition.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, came back, there's a big parcel and there was about 4 or 5 of them in there. Various early issues.
Yep. It's going straight up on eBay.
Oh no. I do have it. I have an app now on my phone because when I came back I sorted a lot of things, so tells me all the prices for stuff.
Yep. The current market value. Yeah.
The current market value. I mean, the app I use is called CLZ Comics, and there's a built-in that's called cover price.
Calls, but go on.
But yeah, no, one of the I think a couple of the most expensive ones or the most valuable ones I own were gifted to me from Paul Mattingly.
Can I say, I had a Brogan Hastings moment this week, and it was comic book related, and I'm not...
Before you go on, I didn't say this, but specifically, thank you, Will. It was very much appreciated. Thank you so much. I really, really loved it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad you didn't send them to me, because it would have just gone to waste, and then I'd have to forward them on to Brogan, so... That was the right move. I've zoomed my camera in, and you can't see me giving the thumbs up, bro. But I'm giving a thumbs up. But yeah, I had a you moment because Oni Press, Oni, whatever it is, they're the publishers of the Invader Zim comic.
Yes.
They were doing a bunch of From the Vault issues for $1, right? And I looked at them. And I was like, okay, yeah, it's cool, but I don't have this one physically, but I've got it digitally. Oh, but you can choose the cover. It's like, there you go, version A, version B. Oh my god, I think I need that of the version B cover because it was very nice, which is not something I'd do. So I added it to my cart, the $1 comic from Oni Press, shipping from America. How much do you think the total price was, including shipping?
Knowing America, I'm going to say like $16. I'm thinking $15 plus the $1.
All right. It looks like you've only got a Paul Mattingly trait for kicking stories in the dick. That's good because you didn't guess too high on this. It was like close to $30.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was a joke. So, yep. I'm still getting emails saying, you left something in your cart. Why don't you come back and buy it?
Is it one of these things that it's a flat rate shipping, so if you buy more, like if you got another 10 comics?
No, it's not. It's based on weight. Because a long time ago, I looked up the Director's Cut Collector's Edition of Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, and the shipping would have been like $80 or some shit. It was bullshit.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, that was my you moment. It's only
a half a Brogan moment because let's be honest, if it was a true Brogan moment, I'm getting better.
Yeah. All right. So, thank you, Will. Again. Now, are you down for this? Are you down to do an accent challenge? It's been a while. Freaking shaking their head.
I don't think I'm.
All right, we'll save it.
I don't think I'm in the right headspace.
All right, we'll save it. We'll save it for next time. But we got some cheese bag mail in at least. I'll cut the music. Now what? All right, I've only got one more talking point that I can talk about. I mean, that's probably take up the rest of the time anyway because there's not much time left. On your flight to America and England, I guess, did you consume any media?
Little bits here and there, but not a huge amount.
Like, usually for me, it's listen to music, listen to podcasts, and that's all I can do. I don't like watching movies and that because I listen to, for the most part, I listen to David Copperfield's book on audiobook. And
and watched a little bit of the animated series of Spawn.
Yep.
And that was about it. I think the rest of the time it was music.
Yeah. See, it's like they're always like, watch the latest movies on Qantas Airlines and shit. It's like it's on a small screen, and it's like if I'm gonna watch it, I'm gonna want to watch it on my big TV with my sound system and shit. But then I was going through all the movies, and I saw that they had Fight Club on there, which I've seen multiple times. It's used to be a go-to for me and Shannon, like when he would come over. I'm not going to say it's one of my favorite movies, but I've seen it as many times as some of my favorite movies. Thing was, in Australia, Fight Club has a classification of R, right?
Yes.
On the plane, it was the airplane version, so it was only MA, which means some stuff has been cut out of it. Have you ever seen the movie Fight Club?
Yes.
Right. So you know exactly what I'm going to be talking about. As far as I could tell, the only edits that they made to the movie was they removed 2 F-bombs, right? And left in the frames of the large flaccid penis both times.
Awesome.
Yeah, which is like great for me because I'm watching this movie and there's people around me and shit, and it kind of has that effect like they talk about in the movie. It's like nobody knows they saw it, but they know they saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand how that is a thing. Like why they would remove 2 fucks but leave 2 full frontal male nudity shots in the film.
Who knows?
And they were tame.
Movie classifications are weird.
They were tame fucks as well. And there was other stuff that's said in the movie that I'm surprised they kept. It's like, what? I don't know. Maybe it's like to keep a PG rating, you're only allowed to have a certain amount of shits and like 1 fuck or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Maybe for an MA, they could still keep the nudity, but you can only have like 20 fucks or something. So they had to remove a couple.
Yeah, they traded fucks for penises.
Wise choice, sir. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in the marketplace of life, isn't that a good deal? I don't know. Is it?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Movie classifications are weird.
Yeah. It's not so much that it was movie classification that bothered me. It was that it was still on the airplane that certainly had children on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. But I guess some screens have that like weird filter on it, so you can only have a very small viewing angle, which these didn't have. So that point is moot.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah. Oh well. I'm also glad that I didn't have a Matt Donnelly moment watching Fight Club and cry during Fight Club on an airplane.
Oh right.
Yeah.
I have cried on a flight before, but it was coming back, and it was the first time coming back from Vegas, and I was sad and exhausted, and
yeah. Well, I don't think that had anything to do with the airplane.
No,
that was heightened emotion already, and I don't think an airplane is going to even heighten it more.
Only physically.
So, cheese bags. I put it to you: has there been something that you've watched on an airplane that you feel like shouldn't have watched because of like other people around? If you think,
I definitely felt that with the Spawn animated.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
It's a bit more graphic than I expected it to be. So
Cool.
I only watched a couple episodes.
Oh, of course, yeah. There'd be graphic violence in that.
Yeah.
All right. If you've got,
well, not even just the violence. I think there was nudity as well.
Oh, okay.
And I was like,
nudity.
Okay, putting my iPad away. I did not bring porn on the plane.
All right. Cheese bags, if you've brought porn on a plane, let us know. Admin at nicepodbud.com, or go to nicepodbud.com, and there's a contact form button. Click on that, fill it in. Tell us the pornographic material that you watched on an airplane that you probably shouldn't have, and had an air marshal going, sir, would you mind stepping this way for a moment? And then you're thinking to yourself, hey, I've seen this porno too. I know what's about to happen. And then you were very wrong because he pistol whipped you in the back of the skull and you bled out to death. If that happened to you, write in, because Brogan knows some lawyers. But you can also reach out directly to Brogan on social media. That's at 7 billion needles.
And you can speak to Wayne at Wayne Geo.
Or if you just want to chat generally, it's at NicePodBud on our social medias. Twitter, probably easiest, because I saw our inbox for Facebook with some messages that hadn't been read, and I apologize now. But anyway...
Yeah, I think you're the only one of the two of us that checks the Facebook, because I don't even check my own Facebook.
No. It's literally for posting for people who do use Facebook.
I have been on Facebook once in the past few months, and that was because I got an email that said somebody had sent a friend request, and that someone was Jonesy. And I think it might have been because of that.
Yeah.
I think it might have been because of that Facebook glitch.
Well,
Don't
maybe.
care. Accepted.
So you never know. Jonesy might get his Hey Buddy Nice podcast information direct from Facebook, and who are we to neglect Jonesy?
To deny him, I know. We do love Jonesy.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for stopping by and having a listen.
As always, stay fresh, cheese bags.